Still working on the carb. Gotta pull it off and give it a proper cleaning. Welcome back to J.K. McLean. I've been working on a David Bradley. Marking here. A David Bradley. Sears model 917 6004 60004. Manufactured in 1956. It is the direct drive companion of the David Bradley 360. They're one model apart. Okay, this is the 6003, and this is the 6004. He went into Sears in 1956, looking for a chainsaw. These are the two models that will be sitting on the shelf. 77 cc's, direct drive. This was actually this was an actual barn find. How do I know? Well, I found in here a mud dauber nest about the size of my fist. And if you can see in the earlier picture, there's a picture of chicken fluff and feathers and stuff like that. That was all up in here, completely choking off the engine. And that other mud that you see beneath it all came out of the muffler. It was jam-packed all the way up to the all the way up to the exhaust port. So a lot of cleaning, a lot of buffing. Pulled off the pull off the flywheel, then clean up the points, set them. We got spark back. Thankfully, didn't need a coil. Only thing left to do now is the carb itself. Yeah, it's a Tillerson HL, which is pretty good. I mean, on most of the Powell Products engines, you'll find the Powell Products carb, or the AKA Tecumseh. But I mean, Tillerson, which I can talk today, Tillerson HL is what it takes. So an RK88 rebuild kit, with pretty much every other HL in history, and that should do it. Yeah, I mean, she's leaking a little. Finally got the oil at work, as you can tell, and I mean, everything was pretty much rusted. The sprocket, and especially the chain. The chain, I had to sit there with 2 pair of needle nose pliers and bend loose every single link to try to get it to go. Now there's a sprocket on here, and probably when I change the sprocket, I'll do a little video on that. They had taken a sprocket similar to this one, which is not connected to a drum, and had welded it onto the old drum that was on there. I guess they couldn't find it. So what I got is, wait a second, if I can find it. There it is. What I have is this one here. I managed to pick up on Flu Day, which is the proper one for it. It fits well. The only thing is that this is a 7 spline instead of the 6 spline that's on there. So the chain, the bar gets a little close if I try to put this on. I may have to, do a little modification on the bar. The thing is that with this model, you can have any bar, a bar of any size, as long as it was this one. As far as I can tell, it was the only one offered. I think it's like a 16-inch bar. And also the chain, pretty rare. I mean, the chain's got a lot of meat left on it, so I figured, all right, I'll save it. It's a 7/16 pitch on it. Which is pretty rare, and trying to find a 7/16 chain today is pretty much impossible. If you do, you're going to spend like $80-90 on a section of chain. Well, for the most part, it works pretty good. I'll pop off the carb, which is I can probably get to the nuts here. See that? One here, one on the other side. I'd rather disconnect it here because the gasket for the HLs are pretty common. You can use it pretty much for any HL in existence. The gasket that goes for the reeds up against the block here, yeah, not so much. You know, circa 1956, the parts are pretty hard to come by. But fairly complete. You know, rusted solid. And pulled out the starter, and the starter was rusted in place. You know, I picked it up. The gentleman thought that the engine had seized, and there was a little, you know, a little surface rust on the inside of the cylinder. Pop the spark plug out, and then throw some WD-40 in there, and you know, lube that up, and then, you know, use the straight 2-cycle oil on the other side. You know, work it loose with the drill. Get all the malarkey out till it came out nice and clean. And the compression is okay. I mean, they even back in the day, it wasn't all that spectacular. You know, you get 120 psi. That's pretty much what they pumped at new. But yeah, coming along good. Now, as far as I'm done, you know, I'd like to get this bar to look as good as that bar, but I don't think it's gonna. This is kind of pitted. I want to refrain from taking a grinder to it to get down deep enough to get all this, you know, to get all the pitting out. No. I'll take a crappy bar, something with, you know, something that looks like this, and see if I can get it. If I like the results and I can keep the grain, which goes this way, yeah, I'll give it a shot. But yeah, it's doing good. I like these old David Bradleys, you know, especially since they have the HL carb on it. Yeah. Well, thanks for watching.